Hey guys, Ryzen here.
And Liz.
And sorry for this weird camera setup, but we had unexpected things to do today. So, recap for the Raiders at Patriots, the Las Vegas Raiders now, which is very strange, but whatever. Romo actually called them the Oakland Raiders a
Yeah, I
couple
know,
of
I heard
times.
that.
But anyway, Raiders win the toss, they defer. That's a touchback. Tooney played center. Winwu, I think his name is, played left guard, is the rookie. Had a fantastic game, by the way. He was excellent. I don't even think he gave up a single pressure.
Yeah, the O-line was really good.
You know, I mean, the one mistake was Illuminor gave up, he got beat on one play. And that was it. The O-line was fantastic other than that. I mean, it also helps that Cam Newton is constantly moving around, so he helps them out a lot. But anyway, Patriots go 3-and-out. They punt, and the Raiders punt. Patriots go 3-and-out again. The first quarter sucked. The Patriots were bad the first quarter. Pat's punt team draws the Raiders off sides, which is just inexcusable on a 4th and 3.
But it resulted in nothing.
Yeah, they basically go 3-and-out. So they got 2 drives. They went 3-and-out 3 times in 2 drives, which is weird. But that's what the Pats did.
But after the first quarter, they got their mojo back.
Yeah. So then this was the weird thing where Jacobs fumbled. It looked like he recovered his own fumble, but they gave it to J.C. Jackson for some reason. They reviewed it. I don't know what angles they had, but they clearly didn't have the broadcast angle because they upheld it. Probably should have been Raiders' ball. But at the same time, if you're Jacobs, I'm sorry you can't drop the ball. If you don't drop the ball, there's no chance they rule it against you.
Yep.
So, either way, you can't drop the ball. So, Raiders got kind of screwed there, but they lost by so much, it probably doesn't matter. But sometimes you get screwed. Oh yeah, and then it didn't even matter anyway because Cam threw that horrible interception. It's worst throw of the year. I mean, he threw it right to a Raider. I don't know what. Well, I know what happened. He's running and he took his eyes off the field.
Yep.
That's unusual for a guy of his talent. Fortunately, the Raiders did that O-line downfield penalty. Cost them a first down. They had to kick a field goal. It's 3-0 Raiders. And then the Patriots bring in Taylor. And going into the second quarter, Taylor does some great runs. They get a field goal out of it, though. 3-3 tie. And then we get another fumble. The Raiders had a serious fumble problem in this game.
Yeah.
Winovich caused it. Pats recover. But they still have to kick a field goal at 6-3. The Patriots adjusted, essentially, at this point to running outside. The Raiders clearly had a game plan to take away those inside runs, those inside power runs with Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Which is smart. But unfortunately, the Patriots just adjusted by having, tackles swing outside, and they did outside runs. And, it's hard to take away both. So, and then they tried to adjust to that, which left inside runs open, and it was all around a bad day for the Raiders against the Patriots ground game. They did this great play where they fake it to Edelman, they throw it to Rex. There's Mason that does a great block in this play, I think. And Rex dives into the end zone. He just looks like he flew practically. He got carried basically by 2 Raiders. Burkhead had the best game of his career. He was fantastic. It's 13-3 now, Patriots. There's like 30 seconds left, and inexplicably the Raiders score a touchdown. I don't know. Gilmore got beat and committed PI, and then they threw a touchdown to Reneval, but he was short, but it doesn't matter. They just
Scored anyway.
The next play, which is just, that's inexcusable and very unusual for a Belichick coach defense.
Yeah.
That's 13-10 Patriots. Pats kneel it out, obviously. That's a very poor showing at the end of a first half. Third quarter, Raiders ball. There's a hold, which is a bad time to do hold by Johan Williams when they had a third down. That gave the Raiders a first. Then Jason McCourty misses a pick that he should have had. For some reason, Carr started forcing the ball to Waller here. I don't know why. He was constantly. I mean, Waller sucked in this game. He was terrible.
Yeah.
He got one catch after you left in garbage time.
Oh, okay.
He was terrible.
I missed like the last 10 minutes of the game.
That's like 5 minutes. But I mean, the Patriots, they wanted to take Waller away. They took Waller away. He did nothing. And Carr started trying to force it to him. That was not a good idea. It almost cost him a pick. And actually, the Raiders are probably lucky that McCourty doesn't pick this off at the 5-yard line because their kicker misses a 41-yard field goal, which you can't miss a 41-yarder. It's not that hard for an NFL kicker. It's
Not by today's standards.
not by
no.
today's standards. You shouldn't be missing that. Now, to be fair, he didn't miss it by much, but that's a critical kick. I mean, there's a lot of points left on the board. The Raiders kind of beat themselves at a lot of points in this game. Michel gets his really good run. I think he had 2 good runs in this game. This was the first one. It was like a 30, 40-yard run.
Mm-hmm.
Then Burkhead gets a good run after the catch, which saved Luminor's ass because he gave up the sack in the prior play. And then Rex had another touchdown run. And Zubar had an excellent block on this play. That's the new receiver they brought up in the practice squad. He had a fantastic game, at least for a guy that's 5th receiver.
Right.
So, Raiders punt. They go 3 and out. Michel gets his second good run. Should have led to a touchdown, but Taylor drops the sure touchdown screen. There was nobody on the left side of the field. He was going to score. But took his eyes off the ball and drops it. Now, I'm not going to hold that too much against him because he had an excellent game otherwise.
Yeah.
Frankly, he brought the whole team back. So, but that's something you got to work on. They get a field goal. It's 23-10 Patriots. 4th quarter. The game's about over. Raiders drive. But it ends in a field goal. This time it's a 29-yarder. It's good. It's 23-13 Patriots. And the Raiders commit defensive holding on the next Pats drive, which gives them a first. I think it was a 3rd down, too. So that's a problem. Then Harry gets, I think, his best play of the game. Or he breaks a tackle. Finally breaks a tackle. Cam really likes Harry, so
He does, yeah.
they have better chemistry than Brady and Harry did, which is good. Harry's got a lot of talent, but I mean, he should be breaking more tackles. He's a big guy. And then Cam does his one run. Cam didn't run much in this game, clearly intentional, which is good. It was good. I don't want him to get 15 carries a game. I want him to stay healthy.
Yeah.
But I mean, he got like a 25-yard run or something on this play.
It was pretty good.
It was good. He got excited too. And then Rex gets 2 great runs back-to-back, seals it with a touchdown. It's close. He might have been short by an inch, but you can't
It was so hard to
can't
tell.
see. It looks like he's touching the line. I mean, they're obviously not going to overturn that. That's about as close as you can get. So Rex got 3 touchdowns in this game. Pretty much won the game for him. Him, Taylor, Michel.
Yeah, the running backs.
Then Falk decides to miss the extra point, and this was a critical extra point. Because with the extra point, it's a 3-score game. Missing it, now it's a 2-score game. Now, granted, it's unlikely 2 scores, because I think it was 16 points.
Right.
But it's not what you want to do. Fortunately, there's a terrible kick return. I don't know why the guy took it out of the end zone, but he got tackled at the 10. Then there was a block in the back.
Right.
So it's at the 6-yard line. So the Patriots do an all-out blitz. They sack Carr in the end zone for a safety. But the Patriots insist they got a touchdown. So they review it.
And then you see the fumble.
The Patriots
Covered in the end zone.
Yeah, it was a fumble. It was caused by Wise and I don't think it was Winovich.
No, it was Wise.
Wise and Calhoun caused the fumble.
Yeah.
I mean, Wise literally just took it out from underneath Carr. Touchdown. Now, granted, it's an irrelevant touchdown because the safety alone, 3-score game's over.
Right.
But you'll take it. So
That's the first time I've ever, since I can remember, seeing a fumble in the end zone results in a touchdown. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
It happens, but usually the ball's loose in the end zone and somebody dives on it.
Right.
Now, I've never seen it where the quarterback fumbles in the end zone and he just reaches underneath him and pulls
Grabs
the ball out from underneath him.
The booth took a really long time reviewing that play, too.
Weird.
A very long time.
Because I thought it was an obvious fumble.
Yeah.
So, but they took about 10 minutes reviewing this.
Something with the way that the camera angles were, I don't know what it was, but it was a long time.
Well, they must have told the Patriots early they were going to overturn it because they were all celebrating.
Yeah, the guys on the sideline were all like jumping around
Cam was
happy.
happy. So it's a touchdown. It's 36-13. This time Falk makes the extra point. I mean, he missed 1 out of
A bunch.
10 so far. So that's not too bad.
No.
The Raiders do score a garbage time touchdown with a good move by Rennerbo. He had a good game. He had a really good game. He was the best player on the Raiders for this game. Raiders tight ends are really good.
That's why they're 2-1.
Well, that's their strength, is their tight ends. They're all really exceptional. The Raiders actually kick an onside kick. It's like a minute left. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. Unfortunately, Cody Davis did get injured on this play.
It's unfortunate.
He's a special teamer. Looks like he got speared in the ribs. He did recover the onside kick though, so that was good. Now it was a very slow kick, and unlike the Falcons, the Patriots jump on it.
Did the Falcons lose today?
I have no idea.
Did they lose to the Bears and Nick Foles? Whoever they played?
I can check the score, but I don't know.
There it is. Did they lose?
No. Yes, they did actually.
So Nick Foles came in and they still
They
lost?
lost.
Oh, boy.
Jesus Christ, they just got crushed.
Oh, the poor Falcons.
Unfortunately, the Bills are still in the top of the division.
They are. They're 3-0.
I don't know if that's a mirage or not, frankly. Josh Allen's having a career year so far, but got to give me more than 3 solid, amazing games before I consider you an elite quarterback.
So overall for this game, it truly showed the strength of the Patriots running backs. The receivers didn't do a ton in this game.
No, they didn't do much.
But the running backs really shined immensely. And Sony Michel had a career high yards for carries.
Yeah, his stats are ridiculous. It's like
J.J. Taylor played phenomenal.
He was great, too.
Burkhead was obviously scored all the touchdowns. So
yeah, and Michelle had 117 yards on 9 carries. I mean, that's a 13-yard average. That's insanely good. Yeah, Rex Burkhead 6 for 49. That's 2 touchdowns plus a receiving touchdown, 8.2 average. J.J. Taylor 11 carries, 43 yards. He had 3.9, about 4 yards a carry. It's pretty good.
Yep.
And yeah, I thought that overall it was a solid game by the running backs and the offensive line.
Defense still has some work.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing in this game is the defense. I thought they were pretty good in the second half, particularly, but they had a real problem with communication.
Yes, they did. They burned all their timeouts in the second half because players didn't know whether they were supposed to be on the field or not.
And one of them was Lawrence Guy, which I'm sorry is inexcusable for a guy in the league as long as him.
Yeah, it's like, come on, you should know where you're supposed to be.
So they got to work on that because I mean it's not just 3 timeouts. I think they had to call a timeout in the first half too. There's at least 4. I mean that is not Patriot-like.
No, not at all.
I mean I've seen teams burn 1 in a game because of that.
Not 4.
What, 4? Maybe even 5. Might have been a 5th one.
I don't know.
Because I think they burned 2 in the first half on that. I mean, what the hell? Just really weird stuff. And I don't know if I mean, I know Hightower's gone. He was calling the defense, but figure it out.
Yep.
Because that's going to cost you.
Yep.
At some point. So, next up.
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs. Can they win that game? Yes. Do I think they're going to win that game? Probably not. How well the Patriots played against Seattle tells me they can beat Kansas City. But it requires everything to go
perfect. And it requires the defense to get their act together.
And it's going to require basically a perfect run game, keep Mahomes off the field.
Yes.
And get a fresh defense and get a lot of pass pressure on Mahomes, and that's
they have to keep the offense off the field, and that will
and then they can win.
Yeah.
But that's unlikely, to say the least. I think they match up better against Baltimore than they do Kansas City, frankly.
I think they play them later on.
But we'll see. And we'll see if Buffalo ever decides to lose a goddamn game here. Buffalo looks legit this year, but we'll see. I mean,
it's early.
It's early, so who knows? But we'll see. All right. This is Bryson.
And Liz.
Thanks for watching. Take care.